أهلا بيكم أعزائي طلبة وطالبات الصف الثالث الإعدادي في حلقة جديدة من حلقات الساينس تحت رعاية وإشراف وزارة التربية والتعليم. النهاردة we are going to start lesson جديد which is very nice lesson about physical quantities زي بنستعملها في حياتنا. يعني إيه physical quantities؟ حاجات كتير جدا من التوبكس اللي بتستعملوها من أول ما بدأنا ناخد الساينس خالص. Starting from fourth primary till now we move in different physical quantities but we didn't know that it's called physical quantities. Let's start كده. يعني إيه physical quantities الأول؟ To understand the physical quantities and the phenomena we have to deal with حاجتين. أي حاجة في الدنيا physical تتقال عليها physical quantities if it has amount and I can count it with a mathematical relations. يعني anything I can call it physical quantities if I has quantity and I can determine it or calculate it by mathematical relations. طيب it's very easy now. Go back كده in your mind and tell me what are the different physical quantities that we took from fourth primary till now. Let's go and first with a very simple things that like the mass. Mass I can calculate it with the amount and I can put a measurement unit to it either by gram or kilogram. So I can call the mass is a physical quantity. Why I said that the mass is a physical quantity? Because mass has a measurement quantity and I can put a unit when I measured it. So another example, very simple example, time. التايم ده can be measured by what? By second, by minutes, by hours. So can I say that the time is a physical quantity? Yes, of course. Time is a physical quantity. Before we start to get many different examples for physical quantities, simply each physical quantity related to measurement unit. لازم كل physical quantity I can put to it measurement unit. So all the physical quantities have measurement units. لازم احط لها unit جنبها. طب let's start كده and see time. What is the measurement unit of time? Second, hours, minutes. Type volume. You know the volume? Yes, I can measure the volume either by what? Volume of liquids, like if I buy a Pepsi can or a Pepsi bottle, it's called volume is measured by liter, and I want a liter of Pepsi, so the volume is measured by liter. Or maybe by centimeter cube if I measured a solid object, the volume of solid objects. If I want to measure the volume of a box, I can use the measurement unit centimeter cube. What else I have? Temperature. You took before that the temperature can be measured either by Celsius or Fahrenheit or maybe an international unit which called Kelvin. Kelvin is an international unit for measuring temperature. So can I call temperature physical quantity? Yes, because it has number, numerical number. I can put a number beside it and I can put a unit. What else? Distance. Distance can be measured by what? Meter, centimeter, kilometer. What else? Area. How can I measure the area of anything? الاريا بتاعت أي حاجة I can measure it by number and I can put what? Centimeter square. يبقى the unit of measuring area centimeter square. Okay, you have to know all these units because they are physical quantities, so you have to put number and unit. What else? I said before mass measured by gram and kilogram, the gram for small masses and the kilogram for the big masses. Type. What about velocity, which we took it before? We didn't take velocity, but we take something which is relative to it, which is speed. We measure speed by what? We measure speed by kilometer per hour or meter per second. So can I say that the speed is a physical quantity? Yes, because it has number and unit. And I have many other example like weight. You remember the weight which you took it before? What's meant by weight? Weight is the force by which the body is attracted to the earth. I have a weight, so my body is attracted to the center of the earth. How can I measure the weight? By a unit called Newton. So Weight is a physical quantity that has a measurement unit which is called Newton. What else? Force. What are the different forces we have? We have pushing force. If I push, it's a force. When I pull, it's a force. Squeezing, squashing, all those are types of forces. And the forces are measured also by Newton. What else? We said speed, it's measured by meter per second or kilometer per hour. We have a certain topic which is called displacement, or physical quantity which is called displacement. We are going to discuss it this time, this episode, and let's make it now, read it, and then I'm going to discuss it with you. Displacement measured by kilometer and meter. What else? Acceleration, which we took it before, which is measured by meter per second square. Height, meter and centimeter. All those physical quantities that we describe it have what? Have number, which I said numerical number, and it has unit. يعني anything حواليا أقدر أحط له number and I put a unit, so I can say that it's a physical quantity. Okay. The physical quantities عندنا متقسمة to two divisions. They are divided into two types. كل examples دي we are going to classify it into two types. If this physical quantities has only number, if it has only number, I will say it has magnitude. The word magnitude means it has value, رقم, number. يبقى the word magnitude means it has a value, that I can put a value. If this physical quantity has magnitude only, يعني رقم بس, I say that it's a scalar. Scalar, it's a scientific term that you have to know, that بيتسمى بإيه? All the physical quantities that has magnitude only, its name is scalar. طيب, if it has magnitude and direction, عندها magnitude وكمان عندها direction, I have, when I describe it, when بوصفها, I have to say number and direction, so I call it vector. يبقى now I have one of the physical quantities that is called scalar, and the scalar here is, لها definition, is a physical quantity that has what? Magnitude only. يعني ايه magnitude؟ يعني it's only measured by number and unit only. تاني, again, scalar is a physical quantity that has magnitude only. What's meant by magnitude? يعني it has number and unit. طب, what about the vector? Is a physical quantity that has magnitude and direction. ما اقدرش اوصفها غير لما احط كمان معاها direction. Magnitude and direction يبقى vector. Magnitude only, scalar. What's meant by magnitude? Only number with unit. طيب, let's go here from all the examples that we took it at the first of our lesson. كل examples اللي خدناها. طب, which one of those examples I can say that it's scalar and which of them are vector? مين في كل examples دول I have to say that it has only number and unit, and which one of them I have to mention direction. ما ينفعش أتكلم غير بdirection. Let's classify them. Here, speed. I'm driving my car covering 50 kilometer an hour. Did I mention direction? قلت أي حاجة direction. So the speed is a speed is scalar. Okay. طب, if I said I'm buying 5 kilogram of banana. 5 kilogram of banana. 5 and kilogram. So it's what? I said kilogram of banana to the north, to the east. No, 5 kilogram of banana. So it's vector ولا scalar? So it's scalar. Any physical quantity from the previous example that you never mention direction, so easily you can describe it as scalar. So يبقى here, let me summarize to you أو نجت for all the examples that we got it in the previous part, ناخد منهم ونحط بقى نفرق which part scalar and which part is vector. Distance, I'm moving 5 kilometer, I'm moving 12 kilometer. بس يبقى it's scalar. Mass, I said the mass before. Speed, temperature. My temperature is 37 degrees centigrade. Full stop. Degree centigrade ورقم. يبقى it's scalar. The area of the box is 5 centimeter cube. Did I mention direction? So the area is scalar. What else? Volume. The volume of this bottle is 100 cubic centimeter. The volume of the liquid in this bottle is 100 cubic centimeter. Full stop. So it's scalar. And also frequency. You took the word frequency before in second prep. It's a measurement unit for the wavelength. So frequency is the measurement unit for sound. بسمع بيها أو بمجر بيها something for sound, and its unit is called hertz. Frequency is scalar because it has number and only unit. What about the height? If I measure the height of any building, I said that the height of the ceiling or the building is 50 meters. So height is scalar. So all those physical quantities are scalar. Why? Give reason for. Distance, speed, or anything of them is scalar. Why? Because it has magnitude only. What's the meaning of magnitude? It means that I can write a number and the unit only. Let's move to the other examples, like if I said force. Force, I said the force may be pushing. Pushing has a direction. Pulling, another direction. Twisting, different direction. Squeezing, another direction. So there are many types of force. If you ask me which type of force, عايز تعملي any force, I said pull. Sometimes when you go to the restaurants, you can see the sign of pull or push. Both are type of force, but they have different direction. So if I have direction with the number and unit, so the force is vector. What about the weight? The weight of my body is 60 Newton. You know before, the weight is towards what? The weight towards A, toward the center of the earth. My weight, previously, you know that what is the definition of weight? It is the force by which the body is attracted to what? To the center of the earth. So the center of the earth is the part that attracted your body, so the weight has direction. To which part? To the center of the earth. So the weight is what? Vector or scalar? Weight is vector. What about displacement and velocity? Displacement and velocity, they are very important physical quantities that we are going to discuss it in details now. But let's go and see this practice. If I said give reason for, speed is a scalar while velocity is a vector. I didn't know the meaning of velocity till now, but I know the meaning of scalar and the meaning of vector. So any topic, any kind of examples, and he asked me about anything is scalar but anything is vector, you are going to define, to get the definition of scalar and vector. يعني إيه؟ عامل إيه? Here in this question, I said speed is scalar because speed has magnitude only, while velocity is vector because velocity has magnitude and direction. Full stop. If I'm asking you another kind of question, the mass of the body is scalar while the weight is vector, the same. So you are going to say that the mass is scalar. Why? Because the mass is a physical quantity that has magnitude only, number and gram or kilogram unit, while the weight has magnitude and direction. Which direction? Toward the center of the earth. So now you know how can you differentiate between the vector and scalar very easy. Let's go now and see what's the difference between distance and displacement. If I tell you now, I'm moving in this room in curved line from point A to point B. Okay? I'm going to move in curved line from point A to B. So actually in this case I'm moving or covering distance like this diagram from A to B, the curved line representing distance. Okay, type. If I want to go shortcut way from point A to point B without making curved line, shortcut, straight line from A to B, in this case this is displacement. Displacement in Arabic means إزاحة. What's meant by إزاحة؟ يعني أنا اتحركت من point لبوينت تانية but in straight line. اتزحت من مكاني من A to B but in straight line. يبقى now in this diagram can you know the difference between distance and displacement؟ بيقول لي when the car moves from position A to position B, so the length has a curved line, and this curved line is called distance. But if the same car wants to move shortcut way from point A directly to point B in straight line, so this car making displacement. طب actually now can you know the definition of distance and displacement from this example? Yes, very easy. Look to this curved. If I said it's actual length covered by the body, المسافة الكاملة اللي البody covered. So مش distance? Yes, this is the distance. يبقى what's meant by distance? Actual length covered by the body. طيب, what about displacement? It's the shortest straight line between 2 points. يبقى again, what's distance? It is the actual length covered by the body. أيا كان اللength ده curved zigzag line. But if I want to define displacement, it's the shortest straight line between 2 points. أي 2 points? No, the starting and the ending. البداية والنهاية هما اللي بينهم straight line, so it's called displacement. طب let's go and see this diagram. This is a trip, starting the trip path from Cairo, then to Banha, then Tanta. And actually this car covering this distance. I can see in this diagram that the total distance covered by the body when in moving from Cairo to Tanta ماشي في curved line. The first distance the car covered is 45 kilometers. So 45 kilometers. And then from Banha to Tanta 60 kilometers. طب what is the total distance here? Total distance from Cairo to Tanta. I'm going to add all the distances which the body move from Cairo to Banha and then from Banha to Tanta. Actually, the total length is 105 kilometers. طيب, I said 105 kilometers. بس يبقى it's scalar ولا vector? Yes, it's scalar because I have no direction. طب let's see the second path. Also the trip here from Cairo to Zakazek to Tanta. And actually the car covering from Cairo to Zakazek to 80 kilometers. And then the next tour covering 85 kilometers. So what is the total covered distance here? It's 165 kilometers, which is scalar ولا vector? Also it's scalar. Type. From this diagram, can you tell me if I want to go directly from Cairo to Tanta in one straight line, in this case, it's the shortest straight line, I will say what? I'm covering what? I'm covering displacement because I have direction. Which direction? From Cairo directly to Tanta. خدت قطر على طول direct من كايرو لطنطا non-stop straight line. So here I make displacement. Look here in the diagram. The distance directly from Cairo to Tanta is 93 kilometers. Can you recognize anything here? Yes. The distance, which is the actual distance that covered from Cairo, then Banha to Tanta, actually covered 105 kilometers. Tab. When I'm going straight forward line shortcut straight line from Cairo to Tanta. I'm covering 93 kilometers. What did you observe? What do you observe now? I observe that the distance is more than the displacement. دايما displacement is less than the distance. ممكن ألف أقطع covering more distance then I'm going shortcut way, short straight line, and in the short straight line here I'm making displacement. From this example, can we tell me in this tour the body we're moving from the starting to the ending point? If he move in the curved line, covering what? If I want to, I said, complete this diagram by putting the physical quantity that you can see it in the diagram. حط لي physical quantity اللي انت فاهمها. Here. At the green path, what I'm going to put? Yes, distance, because it's the actual length covered by this man. Type. While if this man wants to move from the starting point to the ending point to in one straight line, so here it's a displacement. Okay. Now let's go and sum up. What is the comparison? If I want to compare between distance and displacement, starting from definition. What is the definition of distance? Actual length covered by the body. المسافة الكاملة اللي البادي covered. I'm going to add it. What about displacement? The shortest straight line between 2 points. Which points? Starting and ending. هنا كانت كايرو to طنطا. From A to B. Starting and ending. What about the units of both? Both are measured by kilometer, meter, centimeter. Is there any differences? No. Kilometer, meter, and centimeter. And if I want to differentiate between them, which one is scalar and which one is vector? Actually, distance is scalar because it doesn't have direction, while displacement has direction. I said straight line, so it has direction, so displacement is vector. Which one has direction? Displacement. Which one has no direction? Is distance. Let's now go and see a very important point, and let's discuss it together. Now let's know some important note to know how can differentiate between distance and displacement. Very important note how. When a body moves in a straight line from A to B and return back to point A, pay attention to this word carefully. When the body moves from A to B and return back to A, what happens in this case? So, the distance covered, let's see the drawing. Here the body moved from point A to point B covering 50 meters and then return back, رجع نفس point starting point تاني. Here if I want to calculate the distance covered by the body, very easy. I going to say that the actual length here is 50 meters. So the distance here from A to B is 50 meters from A to B and return back 50 meters from B to A. So the actual length, which is the definition of distance, is how much? 50 plus 50 equal 100 meters. Again, رايح من هنا لهنا 50 and return back another 50. So the actual length here is 100 meters. Okay. What about the displacement that I described it before? I said معنى displacement in Arabic إزاحة. If I move from point to point ورجعت تاني للpoint, did I change the distance? Did I change my position? I didn't change my position. رجعت تاني to my same point كأني مسحت اللي رجعته. اللي رحته مسحته. So here this body moves from point A to B and return back from B to A. So in this case displacement equal 0. This is very important point in the solving problems. You have to know that if you go from A to B or from school to work or from school to home and return back, so the displacement equal 0. Let's see next practice. The boy moved from point A to his home and to the sea, and he wants to go from A to B to Z, catching this tree. What is the actual length here? I'm going to add the distance here equal 4. This is distance from A to B, 4, plus B to C, 3. So the distance here equals 7 meters. If this boy wants to go directly from A to C, which is called displacement, actually I'm going to calculate 5 meters only, which is written here. So the displacement here equal 5 meters. Let's move to another type of question, which is scientific term, physical quantity that has magnitude and has no direction. Answer is scalar. The distance covered in certain direction between starting point and ending point. Distance between starting and ending point is called displacement. Why I said displacement? Because I have direction from point to point. And the physical quantity that refer to the change in speed of object per time is acceleration. Changing speed per time is acceleration. Finally, the last question here, the distance which an object travel, what's meant by an object covering distance in east direction? What's meant by east direction? And I have direction. Okay, طيب لما يبقى عندي direction, so it's vector ولا scalar? It's vector. طب لما البody distance covered in east direction, so it means that the displacement that the body covered is 30 meters. Now we reach the last part in our lesson today. I hope that you understand it and you enjoy it. And next time we are going to complete the part of next part of this lesson. Thank you so much and see you next period, inshallah.